Have you ever not had enough time? Have you ever said, I've run out of time, I wish I had more time? One of the best analogies that was ever shared with me, I was a young health club manager, very young, 18 years of age, and the gentleman that had belief in me that I could become somebody and do something with my life and gave me the opportunity to manage a health club at 18 years of age, shared with me this great analogy about time management, and it had a lot to do with big rocks and little rocks and gravel and sand. So what he did, he literally took me through the process, and I'm sure you've seen the analogy before. So you get a bucket or a big container of some kind, and you fill it up with the big rocks. So fill it up as much as you possibly can with as bigger rocks as possible. Then you put smaller rocks in, then you put the gravel in, and then you put the sand in, and obviously the sand then fills up the bucket. And the reverse of that is if you put the sand in first and then the gravel and then the small rocks, there's no room for the big rocks. There's literally no room. So same thing, but one works, one doesn't. So the same product goes into the bucket, but one is effective at filling up the bucket and one isn't. And obviously the analogy is that with your time, if you get the big rocks done first, there'll be plenty of time for the little rocks. There'll be plenty of time for the gravel. There'll be plenty of time for the sand. But if you don't do the big rocks, then you never get them done. So if you need to get stuff done, and this is something I'm really excited about, because I know that even if you think you don't have enough time, the most successful people in the world when it comes to time, the busiest people in the world, get the most done. If you want something done, ask a busy person is an interesting quote that often pops up. Because when you're organised, when you're systemised, when you do the big rocks first and you've got plenty of time to do everything else, it means you can get stuff done. And the interesting thing about time, though, is there is only 24 hours in a day. You have 24, I have 24, everybody has 24. When we say I've had a long day, that's just, of course, not true because there's only 24 hours in the day. So what are we going to do with those hours? There's another interesting thought space. I haven't got enough hours versus what are you putting into those hours? So if you've got 24 hours, 168 hours in the week, you've got 52 weeks in the year, and we actually don't know how much time we've got, would it be a really good idea to value time? It seems that we waste it a lot, and I always use the analogy, if I was standing here burning $100 notes, or if I was burning money, you'd think I was an absolute fool. But a lot of people stand around burning time, wasting time, not investing their time wisely, and wonder why things aren't going so well. So the next tip that was given me, and I'm very lucky because I have always had or forced myself to have great people in my life. So the time analogy with the rocks has always been very helpful for me. The other one that works really well for me is, yes, a to-do list. And when you have a list, you literally can put the big rocks at the top and you don't go to the next thing on the list until you've done everything. It seems we try and ride two horses with one ass. I've only got one bum, I can only do one thing at a time. And if you keep swapping from one mission to another, it seems that not too much gets done, or not too much gets done very effectively. So, and I say that with such passion and enthusiasm because I've been there. I've been the person that wasted time, didn't have enough time, complained and whined and moaned about not having enough time until I got myself organised. And often people will say to me, Rowie, how do you get so much done? Look what you do in a day. I only have 24 hours in my day, same as you. But here's the big one. Do you exercise every day? And the reason I ask that question is if you start your day with exercise with a brain that's now pumped full of brain-derived neurotropic factor, fertilizer for your brain, is it possible that you feel better, think more clearly, can be more creative, and can invest time more wisely, or invest in your time more wisely? If you feel tired and lethargic and can't be bothered, how much can you possibly get out of your day? You don't feel like it. So, and I'll share very openly, I don't wake up enthusiastic and energetic and every day. Most days, but there are plenty of days where I wake up tired and sore and I wish I could sleep for longer and I wish I could just stay in bed. So the very first thing I do is I aim to jump out of bed, but my joints don't usually allow me to do that. I go straight to the cross trainer and go absolutely flat out for 10 seconds. So I get really puffed. And then I go around and do a few things around the house, come back, do another 10 seconds, go around, do a few things around the house, come back, do my 10 seconds. And what happens now is I've got a brain that's wide awake and I've got a body that's wide awake. One of the other things I do is come outside in the cold. So I wake up first thing in the morning, come outside. We often talk about putting ice on an injury. When you've got sore joints, there's something really fun about getting outside in the cold. It seems to be like an ice pack, a sudden one. So I get really cold, exercise, drink water, and then get going on the list that I planned the day before. So it's not like I do my to-do list in the morning. Before I go to bed at night, I have exactly what I need to do tomorrow, top to bottom, big rocks to sand. So if I get the big rocks done, that's yay! If I get small rocks done, that's a bonus. If I get down to the gravel and sand, that's lovely. But they're the things that we call nice but not important. One of the things that seems to take up a lot of people's time is the urgent, other people's urgent, but maybe not important for you. So we spend a lot of time responding or reacting to other people's challenges rather than looking after ourselves first. And that's why when you travel on a plane, they always say to you, make sure you're breathing before you get other people to breathe. You have to get your day, your life, your attitude, your motivation, your inspiration, your health and fitness. You have to look after you. Because if you're not looking after you, how can you possibly look after anybody else? And a really great question, how can you get anything done? If you don't feel energetic, if you haven't got a stack of enthusiasm for life, and I call it the 3 E's, do you wake up with energy, enthusiasm and excitement for your day? And if not, what do you have to do to get those 3 E's? Because otherwise 24 hours will pass by and a lot of time will be wasted on I feel tired, I feel lethargic, I can't be bothered, I don't feel like it. The other thing with that challenge, of course, is you move slower. One of the reasons why I get so much done is I'm always on the move. I never sit down, and I really say that with passion. The human body was never meant to sit. It's a ridiculous position. I just don't like it. If I have to, it's kind of like my headspace is thinking the whole time, when can I stand up again? When can I stand up again? I just recently had a day where I sat a lot and it just drove me insane. I like to stand up. So I'm either lying down or standing up or moving really fast. So if you move faster, whether you vacuum the carpet faster, whether you clean the windows faster, whether you wash the dishes faster, whatever it is that you do, if you do everything fast, you obviously will create more time. There's no more than 24. But if you vacuum the carpet slowly, I'm trying to say car, obviously, if you do everything that you need to do in the day really slowly, it's of course possible that you run out of time at the end of the day. And one of the really important things that I always ask is your 24 hours is your 24 hours. And a lot of people say to me, I don't have any time for myself. I invest in my family and on my job and my business, and I don't have time to exercise and I don't have time to look after me. Well, that's a really big request, a personal request that I would like if we could all ask ourselves. I don't have to ask anymore because to me it's the ultimate thing to do every day is find time for me, because I can't do all the things that I do if I'm not looking after me. So I'll give you an example. If I've got a day out where I'm meeting people, going to conferences, speaking at conferences, whatever I'm doing, I never leave my house until I've got everything done for me. So I've exercised, I've done my goals, I've obviously had a shower and gotten ready, I've eaten food, I've hydrated for the day. If I go out for the day, I plan that I'll have no time to drink, I'll have no time to eat, and I'll have no time to do anything else. So I make sure that before I leave the house, everything for me has been done, which means I can to the world, I can reveal myself to the world as a person who's really excited to go out there, not thinking to myself, I wish I could have exercised, or I don't have time to eat properly, or I haven't got time to look after myself. And is it possible that if you do that, you end up being a little bit grumpy with the people that you're working with during the day because they're taking your time? When you invest in you first, is it possible that then everything that you can give to other people, you feel really good about it because you've looked after you first? Now, these are just some ideas. I've been given some great ideas from the best in the world about how to look after your 24 hours. My only request is this. If you've only got 24 and we only have, how do you want to feel at the end of your day? So many people share with me that they're miserable, they're grumpy, they're depressed, they feel angry, they feel anxious. And I wish that for nobody. I would love everybody to get to the end of their day, look back over the day and say, wow, I've had a really awesome day. Get ready for tomorrow, planning for a really awesome day, and then really enjoy every minute of the day because you've got it well planned. People talk to me about, I don't want to have a money budget. I don't like to be restricted by a budget. But the beautiful thing about a money budget is when you go shopping with the money you've got budgeted to go shopping, you feel really good about investing that money because it's the money for shopping. I do the same with time. This is my time to watch television. This is my time to exercise. This is my time to do my garden. This is my time to play with my puppy dogs. And I enjoy every minute because this is the time. I don't have to be thinking, I wish I could be somewhere else. And there's something else I learned a very long time ago from a great business philosopher by the name of James Rohn, one of the people that's had the most effect on my life as far as philosophy goes, suggests that don't be at the beach and think about the office, and don't be at the office and think about the beach. So wherever you are, be there. And I think that's a beautiful quote. And you can do that when you look after your time. If the big rocks are done and now you're doing the little rocks and then you can get onto the gravel and then you can get onto the sand, you actually enjoy every single one of those. And are any more important than others? That's a really good question. Is it more important to work on your business than to work on yourself, than to watch television, than to exercise? I think they're all as important as each other. What do you think? I want to enjoy my business. I want to enjoy my puppy dogs, my gorgeous husband. I want to be able to exercise. I want to be able to eat healthy food. I want to be able to play in my garden. I want to go hiking. I want to enjoy the world. And the only way to do that, and I'll ask you the question, what do you want to do? And when you get to the end of your day, wouldn't it be nice to be able to say, I did it. I planned my day and I achieved all the things that I wanted to do. Now, does life throw woohoo? Many times have I planned a day, and I'm sure you have too, where nothing went to plan. Except for me, I can always say this, nothing else might have gone to plan, but I looked after me because I don't leave my house until I've exercised, until I'm hydrated, until I've done my goals, and until I've eaten healthy food. And then I can attack the day, I can attack the world, I can go and do my stuff. So it doesn't matter what happens out there, and there are some days that are gorgeous and everything goes to plan and you go, wow, that was amazing. And there are other days that go to crap the minute you walk out the door. But for me, and I'm just sharing this special gift with you because it was given to me as a gift, if you look after you first, everything that happens after that, it doesn't kind of matter because you know that you're going to be tough enough, strong enough, hydrated enough, huffy-puffed enough, mentally tough enough to be able to handle it. If you're not looking after you and then life throws crap at you, how the hell do you handle it? So are the big rocks important? There are some things that have to get done. Yes, we have no choice. Is the gravel and the sand important? Well, I think that relaxation time and watching television and investing time with people that you love is just as important as anything else. And if you run out of time for those things because you put the sand in first and waited to do the big rocks last and then they didn't fit in the bucket, well, I think that would be really sad. So to Ken Burke, who was the man who taught me about the rocks and the sand and the gravel, and taught me to stop whining about not having enough time. I was one of those people that used to say, oh, it's been such a long day. And he would say, no, it hasn't. It's only been 24 hours. What are you putting into your 24 hours? But more importantly, what are you getting out of your 24 hours? And if you want to have a great day every day, would it be a really good idea to plan your day, budget your time, look after you first, get the stuff done that's really important, and the rest of that, well, it's a bonus. And life is just too short or too long if you're looking at time. We don't know how short it could be. We could die tomorrow. We could live to 120, 30, 40, 50 because that's what the longevity folks are suggesting. Wouldn't it be awesome to get the most out of every day? 100% effort to get 100% result rather than put in a half-assed effort and get a half-assed result. Have a great day every day without running out of time. There's 24 hours. Invest wisely. Woohoo! Big rocks, little rock, sand and gravel. Big rocks, little rock, sand and gravel.